my channel, and if you're new, my name is Nisi B. Nisi B, baby, baby. And I feel super short today. Let me prop up my pillow. Today we are doing a super gay Q&A. Super gay Q&A. Hey, a super gay. Okay, let me stop. I'm gonna be answering all your questions about me, about being gay, about la sexuality, you know, all those fun things. And I have no one other to thank than JM. She watched my coming out video and she had a series of questions, and therefore I put it out on the interwebs, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, which you should follow me on. Yeah, I put it out there. People asked me some questions, so here I am to answer the questions that everyone asked me. Hold on, let me go to JM. So first question is, when did you first know you were bi or les for sure? I knew I was bi just because I felt like I connected really well with women, and I felt like really strong feelings for them, and I wasn't afraid of those feelings, and I was willing to feel them wholeheartedly. I knew that I could definitely, for sure, 100% be in a relationship with a woman. So that's how I knew I was bi. Now, when I made the transition from bi to lesbian, when I made that transition, the reason why it happened and the reason why I knew it was the right choice for me was because I was still trying to date men, but I wasn't getting that feeling that I was getting when I was dating women. So that was a lot of it. Like, I just stopped feeling connected to men and super connected to women. And I was just like, yeah, it is what it is. What's it like dating women compared to dating men? Okay, with dating women, I feel a stronger connection, as I've said. I feel like I can connect more with them because we have more in common. I feel like I can connect more with them because as women, I wholeheartedly believe that we just care deeply for people. In general, we are caretakers. We take care of everybody, right? And so with that being said, like, I feel like my feelings are more valued. I'm more valued. I feel like I can connect. I feel like whenever we interact, it's like a real interaction. Obviously, there are people who are assholes. It's inevitable, male or female. With men, I feel like there's oftentimes a disconnect. But for me, I just felt undervalued by men. And don't get me wrong, I've been in situations or I've interacted with women who were trash and they were selfish and they were doing their own thing. But then I found that there was more women who I was able to connect with than there were men. So dating women, it's just like, it's great. Okay, next up from JM. Do you find it easier to open up and talk to women compared to men? So I think I kind of touched on that already. I find it easier to open up and talk to women. Have you had any family or friends who act different towards you in a negative way once you came out to them? So let's start with friends. I feel like I lost some friends over it. I feel like friends started treating me differently because of it. Friends find it awkward. That's why I've made a lot more gay friends, honestly speaking, just because I feel like I have a lot of straight friends who love me for me, but I've had a couple situations where people have just been kind of weird towards me. And then as in terms of family, my mom was understanding, she was loving, she was still caring. My dad was cool, but he literally was just like, okay. My siblings were dope, they were fine. I found that it was more outsiders who were causing a lot of trouble. For example, around the time that I put out the video, honestly speaking, to be very transparent, I didn't tell my mom I was putting that video because we were in a really weird space at that time. Like, we were in the same house and we weren't really getting along. So I just kind of like put it out, and I should have definitely had a conversation with her about it, but I did it, and it is what it is. So when I put it out, it's just that certain people got their hands on it that shouldn't have got their hands on it. They were really aggressive toward my mother. They were asking her a lot of questions that were none of their business, and they were causing a lot of anxiety for her. I wanted to literally attack every single one of those people. So at the end of the day, like, nobody messes with my mama. So if you guys are watching this video, please leave my mother alone. If you have any questions, please direct them to me. And the last and final question, do you have a certain type of les that you're usually attracted to? Do I have a certain type of woman that I'm usually attracted to? Yes, I do. Let's get into it. So my preference are, you know, the girls who are like yay high, with the swagger on point, with the locks on fleek, with the chocolate skin, who have the little, you know, little I'm annoying. I like studs. I like, you know, the girls that are a little bit sharp with a little bit of rough edges. So next up, we got the Instagram questions. April asks, any difference in your interactions with men versus women? I think I kind of answered it. Pretty Flacco. Hey Nika, how you doing, girl? She says one thing you love about girls. Ah! Okay, because of the type of girl I like, this is something that I really like, and I'm hoping that this is one thing, okay? I love the fact, because a lot of people really like to go in about studs, the women who dress like men. I feel like we shouldn't be gendering clothing, but because society and all those fun things, and it's bigger than me, we'll say, we'll use the word masculine, who dress a little more masculine. I just like the fact that we can switch it up so easily. And like we have this softness about us, like regardless, like everybody has that little thing they do. Like my favorite thing is like when you have the studs of the locks and they just give you the hair flip, like girl, no. Like that's my favorite thing. I like the fact that we can play on so many different personalities, so many different genders. We're so fluid. I hope that makes sense. Like go from like you being really like studalicious to you being like girl. And I like that. So that's my favorite thing, the versatility / softness. And thank you very much for your question. Next up is Bomina Bina. Did you always know you were gay? No. I did little gay things as a kid that you don't look at because you're a kid, you just kind of move forward. So there were little signs, but like, nah, I'm not going to say that I'm one of those people that like, I know I was born gay, I only ever liked girls. Like, I'm not going to say I was one of those people, but I will say that I was always a very open person, so it could have always been a possibility. I just feel like I was in many different spaces and this happened in the time it needed to happen. That's all I have to say. Like, it wasn't something I knew. So, what has been the most challenging thing about dating since coming out? This is also from Bomina Bina. So I think the most challenging thing has to be just being mindful, because now that, not only since coming out, but since I'm back home in Toronto, it's different. Like, everybody knows everybody, so you just have to be careful of who you're dating. I think the most challenging thing for me is that I, in my heart of hearts, believe that Toronto girls don't. I believe in my heart of hearts that Toronto girls don't like me, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that because I just realized that girls who aren't from here like me, and that's that. There are girls who are not from Toronto in Toronto, so yeah. So the most challenging thing for me pretty much was just like trying to figure out the dynamics of the community, trying to get in where I fit in. The next question is from Zip Positivity. Ooh, this is a good one. What inspired you to start Queer Queens Travel, and was there a defining moment? What inspired me to start Queer Queens Travel is just my desire to see women of color traveling. I knew I was traveling. I knew I wanted to travel with other women of color, because for those of you guys who don't know, it's a travel group. It's not just a page that showcases women of color traveling. This is a travel group, and I feel like the number one thing that I really wanted to see was us traveling as a unit, because in the LGBTQ plus community, many different in different countries, in different states, different provinces, all that fun stuff, there's this stigma around it where it's like we just don't get along. It's toxic, it's whatever. And I wanted to break that down. I wanted to show A, queer women of color travel. B, we could travel together, and C, we could take over the damn world. So yeah, I definitely wanted just to be able to travel with people who are like me, who understand me. And also I find that there are a lot of women out there who may be afraid of traveling, queer women of color who are afraid of traveling, whether it's because of the way they present themselves, or whether it's because they're afraid to hug or kiss their partner. And I wanted them to feel comfortable doing these things by seeing women who look like themselves doing. It's not just me. Like, now that I have my business partner, she's just as invested in the business, and that's a bonus. Just bringing on people who are just as invested as me. It's amazing. And like, we get to showcase all these beautiful women and just show everybody you could travel. And with these trips that we're planning, we're giving people the opportunity to join us, to understand that this is a safe space. I just always feel like there's safety in numbers, and like if there's 20 of us and 2 of these homophobic ass people, then we could take them on, we could do it. So yeah, Queer Queens Travel literally just came from the fact that I wanted to travel with women who could really relate to me, who look like me, who love like me, and who enjoy travel. Now let's move over to YouTube, because we have some questions underneath the post. So the first question is it harder to date women? Do they play hard to get a lot? Yes, it's a little hard, because I feel like, at least in Toronto, they're not as forward. I'm gonna say in Toronto, because in New York, they were forward. It's more of like a staring contest when you go in the club. Even if they're interested in you, they're just looking at you from the corner, and it's not even like an endearing look. It's like because Toronto is a screw-face capital. I find that sometimes they come off as a little standoffish. It's easier to meet people online. It's easier to meet people through friends, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's playing hard to get or what. They do come off as dismissive until you really like get past that block, right? Is dating easier now being back at home versus Korea? No, it was easier in Korea, 110%. I was in a relationship for 2 years, but even after I got out of the relationship, like I was still pulling baddies after. I was in Korea for like 2 weeks pulling baddies. So, you know, no. Honestly, it was easier to date in Korea than it is here. But when you're out in the world, in the US of A, I found that it was pretty much the same. Because like anyone I interacted with in Korea that was a woman definitely was American. And the third one is from Feature 25, and he says, so can men still catch bubbles or not? Hell yes, that's a yes. If you see me winding up in the party, you don't come push up behind this bumper, I'ma fight you. I won't 100% like dance with whoever. I'm the kind of person I free up myself. If I'm winding up and a man's over there and he can wind too, we're winding together. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, yes, if you see me in a club and you see me walking up with a man, mind your business, period. Period. I'll steal your bitch. Okay, so that is that on that. Those are all the questions you guys had for me. Thank you guys so much for asking me these questions. It was amazing. It was fun. I hope you guys learned something new. If you were looking for something, I hope you found it. If you guys like this video, you feel like it would help a friend, go ahead, share, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button because I got more where that came from. And in the comment section below, here's your challenge. If there's something that you want to see me talk about on this channel, leave it down below. So I think that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you to everybody who submitted questions. I really appreciate you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. And as always, it's a peace, and it's a love, and it's a annyeong.
I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. You want murder me, eh, eh, eh.